Okay, Assalamualaikum and selamat petang. Alright, so today we are going to do topic 8. Alright, as I promised. Okay, so I'll be sharing my screen now. Okay, so this is topic 8, job order costing. Alright. Okay, so we are going to continue with a new chapter today. Right. Okay. So what is actually job order costing? Okay, as you can see in your notes, okay, job order costing ialah costs that are assigned to each job. Okay, that means this is a costing that is specifically assigned to certain job, okay, or each batch of products to fulfill customers' specification. Okay, this is the most important part, right? So this is a job, the costing that is assigned for job of each batch of product tujuan dia untuk fulfill customer specification. Okay, when we mention about customer specification, that means apa yang kita buat ataupun produce is based on the request of the customer. Okay, so kalau you tengok dekat sini, each job or batch has its own distinguishing characteristic. Maksudnya dia ada ciri-ciri khas produk tersebut. And ciri tersebut tidak sama atau mungkin tidak akan dijumpai pada ciri-ciri produk yang berbeza, yang lain, yang ditempah oleh orang lain. Kerana job order costing ni, as you can see, the main purpose is actually to assign, to do the costing for job ataupun batch of product yang memenuhi permintaan pelanggan. Okay, so there's a distinguishing characteristic for every product that is produced. Okay, for example, as you can see here, we have wedding invitation cards, okay, custom furniture, okay, perabot yang ditempah khas, wedding invitation card, kad kahwin, okay, and then custom t-shirt like the one that you did for your class, alright, and also birthday cakes. Okay, birthday cakes is also tempahan khas, bukan yang kita like go to certain certain cake shop or bakery and you buka daripada fridge tu and pilih satu. No, that is not the one. Tapi this is the one that yang kita tempah sendiri according to our special requirements. Okay, so wedding invitation pun is one of the contoh lah, and kita memang tahu wedding invitation tu is a special, is a custom order. Okay, sebab kita berkahwin dengan orang yang spesifik, bukannya like satu kad kahwin semua orang boleh guna, isn't it? Alright, so wedding invitation cards is actually to how to say, it's a special, it's a custom made product. Alright, okay, objektif untuk job order costing is actually to compute the cost. Okay, maksudnya kita nak kira cost untuk job apabila job itu selesai. So sebab apa kita kena kira mengikut job? Sebab it's a custom product. So every tempahan, okay, every order or every batch of product produced, the costing will be different, okay, from one another. So that means you need to calculate the job, the costing for each job separately. Okay, it is done when it is going to be calculated when the product is done or finished. Okay, all right, so characteristic untuk job order costing in terms of product types, cost accumulation, cost flow and documentation. Okay, as you can see here, product types di sini ialah heterogeneous. Okay, heterogeneous maksudnya varies lah, pelbagai. So not specifically one. Okay, if I said wedding invitation card, so wedding invitation card tu akan pelbagai sebab kalau it's Contoh, it's Haikal's wedding. So dia mesti ada dia punya request sendiri, or how he wants his wedding invitation card to be look like. Or maybe if it's Lukman's wedding, okay, so mungkin card tu akan bentuk macam flora dan fauna, okay, something like that. Alright, so this is heterogeneous. Okay, so cost accumulation, macam mana kita kumpulkan cost untuk job order costing. Okay, job order costing, the cost is accumulated based on jobs. That means kalau kad kahwin Lokman, kita akan kira untuk kad kahwin Lokman saja cost dia. Okay, and untuk kad kahwin Haikal tadi, we akan kira different. We have a different costing for Haikal. So that means Haikal will bear a different price compared to Lokman. Okay, sebab apa yang kita buat untuk tempahan Lokman will be different from Haikal in terms of design, in terms of materials, in terms of quantity as well. Okay, sebab tu walaupun dia adalah wedding card, tapi it's a custom made wedding card, so for different wedding, okay, so cost yang dikira adalah berbeza ikut requirements pelanggan. Alright, okay, so cost flow. Alright, costs are charged to individual jobs. Okay, so total costs are determined, okay, apabila job telah disiapkan. Okay, once the job is completed, then you are able to determine the total cost. Alright, so untuk job order costing, we are going to do a documentation that is called the job cost sheet. Okay, so whenever you see a document by the name of job cost sheet, we know that actually the costing that we are doing or preparing for this particular product is job order costing. Okay, you look at illustration 8.1. Okay, cost in a job cost system. Okay, so illustration ni menunjukkan the recording of cost in job order costing system for Disney. Okay, so saya rasa Disney, everyone knows what is Disney. Okay, so Disney dia ada produce banyak jenis film. Okay, so they give you two types of jobs. Okay, so job ni dilabelkan by name, diletakkan dengan nama code lah. Alright, so you can see here we have job 9501 and 9502. Okay, so 9501 is actually an animation. Okay, so animation film. Okay, and the second job is 9502 is actually an action trailer. Okay, so bila animation and action trailer, both films are produced by the same producer. Okay, pengeluar adalah orang yang sama, okay, atau syarikat yang sama, tapi mereka mengeluarkan produk yang berbeza. That means satu ialah filem, tapi filem animasi. The second one is also a film, but it's an action trailer. So, kenapa dia berbeza? Okay, you look at 9501. Okay, job order costing untuk 9501 dia berbeza sebab it's an animation, right? Okay, so we are using the computer programmers. Okay, and then kita ada musical composers. Lepas tu kita ada voice over. Okay, proses masukkan suara untuk animasi yang telah dibuat, and then kita mestilah ada animator lah, the animation talent. Okay, so berbeza dengan action trailers, we are actually using real humans. Okay, we are actually using actors, and then we have stunt people. Okay, and then we have to set the design. Okay, we have to design the set. Okay, sebab kalau macam animation, it's basically dibuat di menggunakan certain software di dalam komputer. Okay, tapi kalau action trailer is actually you need a location for it. Okay, so kita kena ada set design lah. Kalau kata kita buat cerita dalam istana, so kita kena ada set yang menggambarkan suasana istana. Okay, kalau kita buat set dalam sekolah, that means we need to have a design set for that as well. Okay, and then bila ada manusia, mestilah ada makan. Alright, so you need to have the food caterers, and then stunt person mesti ada insurance. Okay, and then apabila kita menggunakan lokasi yang disewakan, okay, we need to have a fees for that, we need to pay for that, so that is also included in the costing for action trailer. So as you can see here, it's two different film, but with two different costing. So this is what we call as job order costing. Sebab satu adalah untuk mengeluarkan filem animasi, and the second one ialah untuk mengeluarkan action thriller movie. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Madam sambung ya. All right. Okay, next, we look at the next page. Okay, this is actually the basic overview untuk flow of cost in a manufacturing setting for a for a production of a fire truck. Okay, so kalau you tengok dekat sini, macam biasa, okay, the manufacturing cost or the product cost will be raw materials, okay, factory labors, okay, direct labors, and also the manufacturing overhead. Okay, so once these three items are put into productions or process of productions, okay, so dia akan bergerak lah macam ni. Okay, so dia akan masuk dalam work in process inventory. So once the truck is completed, okay, dia akan masuk ke dalam finished goods inventory. Okay, so and then bila kita dah ready kan barang yang dah siap tadi tu, okay, and we are waiting for the client, okay, or the customer to come and fetch the item. That means we are in a process of selling the items, okay. So dia akan bergerak daripada finished goods inventory ke cost of goods sold. So this is actually the cost flow lah, right? So we have the manufacturing cost. So once we put all the three items, direct materials, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead into the process, okay, dia akan bergerak masuk sebagai work in process inventory. Okay, so when it's completed, it's no longer work in process inventory, dia akan masuk ke dalam finished goods inventory, and then bila dia dalam proses untuk dijual ataupun akan dijual, dia akan bergerak ke cost of goods sold. Okay, so how do we determine the cost per job? Okay, so macam kita biasa buat daripada awal, okay, we have three components for cost per job. Okay, so we have direct materials, and then we have direct labor. And since we already learned topic 4, that means we already have the basic of knowledge for normal costing. So kita pun mesti faham, okay, semasa pelanggan datang untuk order, actually production belum berjalan kan? So we don't have any means of calculating the actual manufacturing overhead cost. So apa yang kita akan guna di sini is actually applied manufacturing overhead. So in this topic, you still need to know how to calculate your POR, and then you still need to calculate your applied manufacturing overhead, and then the final process you need to bandingkan dengan actual manufacturing overhead to see whether your costing is over applied or under applied. Okay, so as we all know, the direct materials and direct labor costs can be traced to the job specifically. Okay, all right, that is one thing. Okay, and the costs involved directly in the making of the product. Okay, manufacturing overhead, the one that we're using in this costing is applied manufacturing overhead. So it is calculated based on the predetermined overhead rate, which is in short forms is POR. Okay, so normal costing is used. Okay, dia ada mention kat sini. The normal costing is used instead of the actual costing. Sebab apa? Sebab we don't need to wait until the end of the accounting period, ataupun we don't need to wait until we have finished the production, then only we can give the price to the customer. So the main purpose of using normal costing is that so that we know how much is a cost per unit, and we are able to tell the customer or the client, okay, how much is the price for the product. Okay, so we can actually do the costing even before the production starts. Okay, so the cost of the job is determined when the job is completed. Okay, not at the end of the accounting period. Okay, this is very important. Sebab kita buat satu-satu tempahan tu, kita tak perlu nak kira cost tu nak tunggu sampai closing. Okay, katakan closing is on the 31st of December, you don't need to wait until closing, tapi kita akan kira apabila job tu selesai. So let's say Haikal is getting married on February, so dia tempah kad January, and then January kad dia siap, so kita akan kira cost untuk kad kahwin Haikal pada bulan Januari juga. So we akan keluarkan satu job cost sheet, okay, to determine the cost product, alright, and we will let the client know, Haikal knows about the price lah. Okay, so let's say Lokman is getting married on March. Okay, he came to the shop and do the booking, buat order. Okay, so bila kita selesai saja buat kad kahwin untuk Lokman ni, let's say we finish the job on February itself. Okay, so bulan February kita terus kira cost dia. Kita tak perlu tunggu sehingga bulan December ataupun closing date. Okay, so based on the cost information, the management can decide on the pricing of the product to be charged to the customer. This is actually the most important part. Okay, so you need to decide the pricing of the product to be charged to customers. Okay, look at example 1. This is for single department. Okay, kilang perabot kayu receive an order from a customer to build 10 units of kitchen cabinet. Okay, if you have any question, you can actually write in the chat. Okay, so I can actually jawab terus lah. Alright. Okay, so kilang perabot kayu receive an order from customer to build 10 units of kitchen cabinets. Okay, yang ini dia nak minta 10 unit sahaja. Alright, so the cost involved in making the cabinets are 15,600 and 10,000 for direct materials and direct labor accordingly. Okay, so 15,600 is for the direct materials and 10,000 is for the direct labor. Okay, manufacturing overhead dekat sini dia bagi the POR is already given, which is 150%. Okay, and the basis is direct labor cost. Alright, so you need to calculate the cost for the job. Okay, we have 10 units of kitchen cabinet to build. Okay, so in the question itself, the direct material is already given. The direct labor is also given. Okay, so kita nak kira nanti ialah manufacturing overhead. We are going to calculate the applied manufacturing overhead given the basis and the POR. Alright. Okay, so how do we calculate the cost for the job? Okay, macam biasa, just list down. Okay, direct material is 15,600. Okay, kira macam ni ya. Alright, do not kira tiba-tiba je 15,600 tambah 10,000 and then tambah whatnot. Okay, this is not the actual way to calculate your cost. Okay, this is a big no lah. Right, sebab bila kita kira untuk costing, that means you kena kira ke bawah. You need to have the item on the left hand side and then the amount of the item on the right hand side. Okay, so kena kira macam ni. So direct materials is 15,600 and then your direct labor is 10,000. Okay, and then to calculate the applied manufacturing overhead, you need 150%. Okay, multiply by 10 by 10,000. So you get the applied manufacturing overhead with the amount of 15,000 ringgit. Okay, so the total cost to produce the cabinet, okay, the 10 unit of kitchen cabinet is 40,600. Okay, given here it's a single department. Maksudnya dia tidak ada pecahkan proses tu kepada few departments. Okay, they have only one department, so kita boleh terus kira one shot. Okay, we look at example 2. Okay, multiple departments. Okay, Shah Senior Berhad uses machine hour basis. Okay, so this is a basis. Okay, untuk kira POR, tapi different basis because the job is separated into 2 departments. Okay, so for cutting department, it is using the machine hour basis, and for assembling department, the basis used is direct labor hours. Okay, so in the early of 2022, the management has predicted data as below. Okay, so dekat bawah sini dia bagi awak predicted data. That means this is actually estimation lah. Alright, ini estimated data. Okay, so now you have your direct labors, your machine hours, your direct labor costs, and also your manufacturing overhead. So bear in mind, this is actually the MOH that will be used to calculate your POR. Okay, so below is the order from Mr. March for July 2022. So order ni diterima pada bulan Julai 2022. Alright, so macam mana kita nak kira, okay, cost untuk untuk order Mr. Mark yang dibuat pada bulan Julai 2022. Okay, di sini dia bagi anda nilai direct labor cost and also the direct material cost, and then they give you the machine hours and also the direct labor hours. Okay, so you need to look back at the question. Okay, sebab tadi dia dah bagi tahu the cutting department is using the machine hours, whereas the assembling department is using the direct labor hours. So for cutting department, I am using the machine hours as the basis. Okay, and whereas for assembling department, I will be using the direct labor hour basis. Okay, is that okay? All right. Yeah, so we have two different bases to be used to calculate the POR. Okay, so what are the requirements for the question? Okay, satu, kita are required to calculate the POR for cutting department and assembling department. Okay, that's the first process lah. Kenapa nak kena kira POR? Sebab I kena kira applied manufacturing overhead. You are not able to get the amount for MOH sekiranya POR tidak dikira, sebab dalam soalan ni POR tidak diberi. Okay, and then we are going to calculate the total overhead cost for Mr. Mark's order. Okay, you need to remember Mr. Mark's order, that means only one order, yeah? So the cost will be 1. Even though the work is divided into 2 different departments, but towards the end of the calculations, you need to combine the numbers you got. Alright? Okay, so dia tanya, if the order contains 1,000 units of output, what is the cost per unit? Okay, so kita kira POR dulu. So cutting department, I am using the machine hours. Alright, whereas for the assembling department, I am using the direct labor hours. Okay, so this is given in the estimation data earlier. Okay, your estimated MOH is 3 million divided by 375,000 hours. Okay, so kita akan dapat POR is RM8 per machine hours. Okay, this is for cutting department. Whereas for assembling department, the estimation, okay, the estimated MOH is 2,500,000. Okay, and the direct labor hours is 250,000 hours. Okay. All right. So that is the amount that we need to use to calculate the POR. Okay. So you kena faham yang kita guna dalam pengiraan POR adalah semua data yang diberi di awal soalan. Okay, this one. Ini memang digunakan untuk mengira POR. Okay, so yang di dalam table yang kemudian tu, which is given for the order for Mr. Mark, okay, yang Madam bulatkan tu 2,875 and 425 is actually the actual machine hours and also the direct labor hours for each department, tapi bukan untuk seluruh kilang seluruh production, no, tapi hanya untuk order yang dibuat oleh Mr. Mark saja. And Mr. Mark ni buat order pada bulan Julai. Okay, alright. So once, sebab tu saya kira guna data table 1. Okay, sebab apa? Sebab POR ni akan diguna pakai untuk lain-lain order yang selepas daripada yang Mr. Mark punya order. Sebab the process of making the product, dia menggunakan cutting department and also assembling department. So the POR must be the same. It's just that nanti jumlah kos tu akan berbeza bergantung kepada jumlah tempahan ataupun the custom design that is requested by the customer. Okay, alright. So kita nak kira total overhead cost. So ini yang saya bulatkan tadi. This is the actual machine hours for cutting department. And this is the actual the direct labor hours for assembling department. So as you can see here, alright, the applied manufacturing overhead for cutting department ialah 23,000 and the applied manufacturing overhead for assembling department is 4,250. So that gives us the total of 27,250. Ini untuk applied manufacturing overhead for Mr. Mark's order. Untuk Mr. Mark saja. Okay, so nanti kalau ada Mr. C, Mr. Su, Mr. Sa, Mr. apa-apa je lah yang order kemudian, POR masih sama, tapi mungkin jumlah kos tu dah berbeza sebab tempahan adalah berbeza. Alright, okay. So we look at C, dia tanya, okay, how much is the cost per unit? Okay, kalau order tu melibatkan ataupun adalah untuk 1000 unit output. Okay, so katakan Mr. Mark tadi order 1000 unit saja. Dengan kos yang dia beri, dia minta kamu kira berapa kos untuk satu unit produk yang telah siap. Okay, so macam Madam cakap earlier, this is for Mr. Mark's order. Alright, this is for Mr. Mark's order. So bila untuk Mr. Mark's order, that means the total is the one that we need to calculate. The total for the production. Bukannya dikira berasingan walaupun dia dua department. Sebab kita kena faham, nak buat satu produk tu dia mungkin memerlukan dua jenis proses. Satu ialah proses memotong, satu lagi proses pemasangan. So, bila kita nak tahu jumlah dia, kita kena campur apa yang telah dibayar, kos yang telah ditanggung di cutting department, dicampurkan dengan kos yang ditanggung di assembling department. Okay, that's why you need to find the total. Okay, sebab ini is considered the total cost for the job. Okay, that is the one that we are supposed to calculate. Bukannya nak kira untuk cutting department saja atau nak kira untuk assembling department saja. Sebab kalau saya kira asing-asing, saya tak boleh bagi harga pada Mr. Mark, okay, apabila produk dia dah siap nanti. So you need to add up the amount. Okay, so direct materials and assembling department, direct materials for cutting and assembling department, total dia ialah 77,500. Okay, and then for direct labor, total dia ialah 28,000. And then for applied manufacturing overhead, this is the one that you calculated just now using the POR. Okay, kita akan dapat nilai dia 27,250. Okay, so total untuk keseluruhan will be 132,750. Okay, some people will be asking me, Madam, nak kira tapi tak nak guna table, boleh ke? No. For topics, for topic 8, okay, table for me lah. Okay, table is a must. It's compulsory. Sebab you akan ada, okay, given in this question, you cuma ada 2 department. Nanti mungkin you akan ada lebih department and then you akan ada lebih banyak numbers to calculate. Okay, so the best way is actually by doing the schedule, okay, the tables, okay. And you kena faham dokumentasi yang kita guna untuk topic 8 is actually job cost sheet. So how does job cost sheet look like? Alright, so kejap lagi kita akan tengok, tapi job cost sheet is actually in a form of table. So macam mana pun caranya, awak kena buatlah job cost table tu. Okay, so this is what I call as job cost table. Okay, so jumlah untuk keluarkan produk tadi ialah 132,750. Okay, how many units did we produce? 1,000, right? Okay, so nak dapatkan cost per unit, I just bahagi sajalah. Alright, so kita akan dapat cost untuk keluarkan satu unit barang yang diorder oleh Mr. Mark is 132,075 cents. Okay, you put your answers to 2 decimal places. Alright, so ini untuk question example 2. Okay, moving forward, we are going to look at the source document, okay, that is used to the source document yang mengandungi maklumat yang kita akan transfer into your job cost table. Okay, so what are the source document used in job cost JOC, job order costing. Sorry, job cost pula dah. Job order costing. Okay, slip of the tongue. Alright, number 1. Okay, source document yang kita guna ialah material requisition form. Ataupun kadang-kadang kita panggil juga sebagai material requisition slip. Okay, so the information of the cost of direct material that is used in the process of completing the order, okay, can be traced to the material requisition form. So di mana saya nak dapat maklumat tentang direct material yang akan digunakan untuk order Mr. Mark contohnya. So the document that we are going to use is material requisition form. So material ni kita bukan order baru dihantar, no. Okay, material ni is taken from the store. So setiap material requisition form tu is dia macam borang kebenaran ping awak tu lah. You kena isi dulu, dorang sign baru boleh keluar. So same thing here, material, if you are going to take the materials from the store, okay, you need to fill up the material requisition form and then get the authorization from the storekeeper. Okay, so kita kena isi borang tersebut, okay, dan nyatakan apakah atau berapakah bilangan bahan mentah yang kita perlukan. Okay, bergantung pada jenis bahan mentah lah. Right, and then this form will be used to trace the cost of materials for each job done in the factory. So setiap job ada satu material requisition form. So material requisition form ni bukan untuk keseluruhan pengeluaran kilang untuk 1 tahun ya, nope. Okay, the material requisition form dia akan keluar untuk specific order. Sebab tu kita kata job order costing. So bila ada order, ada satu material requisition. Sebab order tu bergantung kepada apa yang kita nak buat untuk pelanggan tersebut. Contoh, kelas A25 buat t-shirt. So t-shirt dia warna hijau dan dia guna kain kapan? No, it's not kain kapan. It's contoh dia pakai let's say dia pakai jersey punya kain, alright? So I nak request kain jersey tu daripada store, saya kena isi satu borang. Okay, I will mention how many meters I need, alright, and what types of the what is the type of the direct material. Okay, basically we are going to name the direct material based on the codes of direct materials and so on. Okay, lepas tu kita akan minta authorization daripada storekeeper to take the material from the store. Okay, so let's say lepas tu ada kelas lain pula nak buat t-shirt. So the person in charge of the order akan isi satu lagi material requisition form. Okay, and then the process goes on as before lah. Okay, dia macam loop kan, dia pusing lah. Okay, dia akan isi lagi satu borang and then get authorization and then go to the storekeeper and request for the direct material. Okay, alright, so this is the basically contoh lah. Okay, how does the material requisition form look like? Okay, ni lah rupa dia. Okay, so you have the date of the request. Okay, and then kita kena ada product code. Product code ni ialah barang yang kita nak keluarkan tu. So setiap produk yang kita dapat atau tempahan yang kita nak keluarkan tu dia ada kod dia sendiri. So we go based on the codes. Okay, so easy to trace back to the finished product. Okay, alright, and then which department are actually requesting the direct material, kena mention lah. Okay, and then requisition number. Requisition number tu dia comes in sequence lah, berturutan. So nanti kalau ada lagi satu order selepas ni, so requisition number dia akan jadi 00101. Okay, 00101. Alright, okay, so apa yang dia minta? Dia tak sebut normally kadang-kadang memang dia tak mention pun apa sebenarnya direct material tersebut. Tapi dia akan bagi kod lah. So hanya storekeeper atau orang-orang yang menguruskan inventory saja are very well versed with the coding. Alright, so dia akan tengok lah, oh A015 dia nak 250 unit. Okay, A025 dia nak 100 unit. Okay, so each unit dia kena nyatakan berapa cost, okay, bahan mentah tersebut. Right, and then kita boleh kira lah how much is the direct material requisition. Okay, so sebab itu dari awal lagi saya dah boleh kira berapa direct material yang diperlukan untuk order tersebut. Okay, alright, so this is the direct material requisition form. Okay, next. Ini kalau untuk DM lah. Okay, this is for your direct material. Okay, how about direct labor? So direct labor kita akan tengok dia punya time ticket. Okay, what is time ticket actually? Okay, time ticket ni dia ada information untuk cost atau untuk direct labor involved in the job. Okay, so it can be traced by that document lah. Okay, so time ticket is a document used to record the hours the workers are working. Okay, dia bukti berapa jam you kerja. So kena ada time ticket. Okay, yang macam punch card tu, that is actually a time ticket. Sebab dia akan punch in, so you nampak pukul berapa dia masuk, and then bila dia keluar, dia akan punch out, so you nampak pukul berapa dia keluar. So kita boleh kira satu hari dia masuk berapa jam, and we already know the rate for 1 hour. So dari situ, kerana yang berkaitan dengan wages, boleh kira berapa actually labor we need to pay for certain labors. Alright, so in the case of a particular job, the worker may be required to clock in the time. Ni yang saya kata tadi, to clock in tu macam punch card lah. Okay, you clock in, you clock out. Okay, so every day sebelum you buat kerja tu kena ada. Okay, dia bergantung kepada syarikat lah. Ada yang guna thumbprint, ada yang guna face recognition, ada yang guna punch card. Punch card tu paling best sebab orang lain pun boleh tolong punch untuk kita kan. Okay, tak adalah. Alright, and then ada yang tulis buku, ada juga yang masih menulis dalam buku kan. Okay, so you kena beratur lah tulis buku dan bagi tahu. Okay, so bila tulis buku tu kadang-kadang dia datang pukul 7 tapi dia tulis 6.30. Okay, ada juga. Alright, tu biasalah. Alright, okay, so example of time ticket. Okay, this is for one particular worker ya. Siapa worker itu? Worker tu ialah Sugiman bin Suparman, adik kepada Superman. Okay, okay. Ticket number dia 20/100. That means labor dia ada 100. Jadi Sugiman ni adalah orang yang ke-20 lah kot. Something like that. Okay, ini ialah dia punya number. So, employee number is very important sebab kadang-kadang ada 10 Sugiman dalam company. Kita takkan tahu sebab you tengok dalam kelas pun kadang ada je orang yang nama Fatin 3-4 orang. Okay, alright. Okay, and then bila kita kira time ticket tu, yang ni dia bagi untuk 1 Januari 2021. Okay, so kalau you tengok dekat sini, dia start pukul 7. Okay, dia akan stop pukul 12. Alright, so for that one particular day, okay, dia bekerja 5 jam pada waktu pagi. Alright, and then dia sambung lagi start pukul 2 and then dia habis pukul 5. Alright, so altogether the shift for Sugiman for that particular day is 8 hours. Alright, so kalau katakan 1 jam rate dia ialah RM10. So untuk the Sugiman bin Suparman ni, dia punya labor will be 80 ringgit in total. Okay, so this is only for one worker tau. Seorang pekerja saja. So kalau you have more than one, that means you akan ada a few time tickets lah. And time tickets ni awak kena kira sebab you nak kena kira gaji dia. Okay, alright. So, how do we calculate the total manufacturing cost and the cost per job? So, macam biasa, tak ada masalah sebenarnya sebab nak kira manufacturing cost, kita akan campurkan semua termasuk manufacturing overhead. And the one that we are using in this calculation is your applied manufacturing overhead. Okay, so in job order costing, the cost of direct materials and direct labor on particular job will be traced to material requisition form and also time tickets. Okay, okay, so kita akan masih guna normal costing macam biasa. So tengok example 3. Okay, kilang perabot kayu had the following cost 5 January to 2022. Okay, alright, hold on a second. Okay, so example 3. Kilang perabot kayu has the following cost. Okay. Dia bagi dekat sini, dia ada beginning inventory ya. Alright. So, direct material ada 5,000 and then kita ada WIP. Okay, so WIP untuk job 01 and job 02 kita ada 3,000 dan kita ada 3,250. Ini untuk direct material. Okay. So, kita ada 2 different jobs lah and we are supposed to calculate for each. Okay, separately. Alright, and then ini untuk kerja yang masih belum siap. Okay, so kalau kita buka saja Januari tu dia ada baki, that means actually kerja tu dia buat daripada Disember tapi belum siap lagi, so kita akan sambung pada bulan January. Okay, and then on January itself, kita ada direct material requisition form as follows. Okay, so these are the direct materials requested during the month of January. So kita ada 4 different job 01, job 02, job 03 and job 04. So these are the direct materials requested. Okay, and then kita ada information untuk workers time ticket as well. Okay, ini time ticket saja. Alright, so ini ialah untuk direct labor lah. So for different job, we have different amount. Okay, so this is for job 01, job 02, job 03 and job 04. Okay, so additional information dia bagi dekat sini. Alright, this is the POR to calculate the applied manufacturing overhead using the direct labor cost basis. Okay, so this is the POR that you will be using to calculate your applied manufacturing overhead. Okay, so dia bagi tahu lagi jobs completed during the month. That means pada bulan Januari, just now you have how many jobs? You have 4, right? 1, 2, 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 tu dibawa daripada December. Okay, by the end of January, okay, 1 siap 50 unit, 2 siap 40 units and 3 siap 20 units. So kalau kita faham betul-betul soalan, tadi kita ada 4 jenis jobs, 01, 02, 03 and 04. Tapi towards the end of January, hanya 3 jobs saja yang siap, 01, 02 and 03. Okay, so bila dia siap, dia akan gerak kan from the finished goods, from the WIP, dia akan masuk finished goods inventory. Okay. And then, dalam bulan Januari, walaupun ada 3 job yang siap, tapi hanya 2 job saja yang terus deliver dekat customer. Okay, so the jobs are job 01 and job 02. That means job 03 ni masih ada dalam store. Mungkin dia akan hantar tapi bukan dalam bulan Januari. That means maybe somewhere in February. Alright, so job 01, yang dia bagi dekat sini ialah harga jual. Okay, this is the sales price. Alright, okay. So you kena faham sales price, harga kita dengan client or customer. Okay, you have another one which is the cost price, which is harga you dengan kilang lah COGS. Okay, so that is different figures. Alright, so kita nak kira cost dan cost per unit untuk setiap job. Okay, and then kita nak kira ending work in process and finished goods. Okay, apa maksud ending work in process and finished goods ni? Okay, kalau you tengok tadi, you ada 01, 02, 03 and 04. Okay, 01 siap, 02 siap, 03 siap. Okay, tapi 04 tak siap lagi. Betul kan? Yang ni tak siap lagi. Okay, so bila soalan tanya, kira ending work in process and finished goods. So, kalau you faham betul-betul, ending work in process adalah kerja yang masih belum siap, yang masih ada dalam kilang pada hujung bulan Januari. So, kalau you faham tadi yang tak siap ialah 04. So, jumlah cost yang dimasukkan untuk kerja ataupun job 04 tu will be your ending work in process cost. Okay, sebab kerja tu masih belum siap, dia akan disambung February. Tapi finished goods, the cost for finished goods, nak kira macam mana? Kita ada 3 kerja yang dah siap tadi, so kita campur. So 01 plus 02 plus 03, nanti jumlah ni akan memberikan you the finished goods amount, alright? Ataupun cost. And then dia suruh kita kira total cost of goods sold and total sales. So maksudnya saya jual 01 and 02. Kalau nak kira total sales tak ada masalah. Madam terus campur yang ni. Sebab already given in the question, sales tu ialah 15,591 and 21,735. Tapi kalau nak kira cost of goods sold, that means saya kena kira 01 and 02 menggunakan harga cost. That means harga ni saya dapat daripada job cost table. Okay, so it's a different amount, alright? Okay, so macam mana nak jawab? Macam saya cakap tadi, the most important thing in topic 8 mesti ada table. So the table is job cost table. Okay, alright. So you tengok dekat sini, job cost table. Okay, kita ada 4 job. Job 01, job 02, job 03, job 04. Okay, so nak kira total cost untuk setiap job, dia termasuk beginning WIP. Okay, this is something that you need to remember. Do not just calculate the direct materials, direct labor and applied manufacturing overhead only. Sebab kita kena faham proses ni mungkin adalah proses yang bersambung daripada bulan sebelumnya. Okay, alright. So, macam dalam soalan ni tadi, dia dah bagi dia bagi anda beginning WIP. Okay, you look at this. Alright, bila dia bagi ini untuk January, bila dia kata beginning, that means you buka saja account untuk production bulan January, kerja ni masih sedang berjalan. So this is actually the WIP untuk January. Okay, previously it was ending WIP for December. So bila dia masuk January, dia akan jadi beginning WIP. So yang ada beginning WIP hanya 01 and 02. Okay, 03 tak ada, 04 tak ada, so leave it blank. Okay, so jumlahkan di bahagian ujung. Okay, so nanti untuk job cost sheet ni, you akan total dia macam bentuk L ni. Alright, so dia akan ada total di sebelah kanan. Okay, dan dia ada total di bahagian bawah. Okay, kalau total di sebelah kanan adalah jumlah bagi setiap item. Kalau total di bahagian bawah adalah jumlah bagi setiap job. Alright. Okay, so untuk direct materials, just yang ini plug saja. Plug from the question and fill up. Okay, ini memang tak ada masalah lah. Kecuali tak boleh membaca saja, tak boleh buat benda ni. Alright. So ambil saja nilai daripada jadual, masukkan dan jumlahkan. Ini ialah total cost untuk semua. Semua That means ada kad kahwin Lokman, kad kahwin Haikal, siapa lagi nak kahwin? Kad kahwin Danish and kad kahwin Godwinson contohnya. So 4 of them getting married in the same month. So we have 4 different requests or 4 different orders for the same for the wedding invitation card. Okay, alright. So lepas tu kita akan kira direct labor. Yang ini taken from the information of the time ticket given just now. So kita akan dapat total dia 11,240. Okay, then we need to calculate the applied manufacturing overhead. So as you can see in the question, dia dah bagi your PUR ialah 140%. Okay, your PUR ialah 140%. Okay, based on what? Based on your direct labor cost. Okay, so 140%. So macam mana kira ni? Yang ini ialah sebenarnya 140% direct labor cost, which is this one. Okay, so 140%, okay, times 2,435, kita akan dapat RM3,409. Boleh Okay, so nak tunjuk boleh, tak tunjuk pun tak ada masalah sebenarnya. Alright, okay, so the same thing here, this is also 140%. Okay, kita darab dengan direct labor cost. Direct labor cost, it's not direct labor hours. So we are going to do the same thing for job 3 and job 4 and then kita jumlahkan. So this is your total applied manufacturing overhead. Okay, last kali baru kita jumlahkan. So job 01 total dia 10,394, job 02 14,490, and then 5,916 for job 03, and then 10,081 for job 04. Okay, alright. So the units completed ialah 3 je bagi tadi kan yang siap. Okay, which is 01, 02, 03. So bila you dah dapat unit, maknanya saya boleh bahagikan total cost tadi dengan unit. So I akan dapat cost per unit. So untuk 01, cost per unit dia ialah RM207.88. Job 02, RM362.25, and job 03 is RM295.80. So you can see here, walaupun kilang yang sama, tapi sebab dia ialah job order costing ya, produk yang dikeluarkan berbeza ikut order. Sebab tu kalau you tengok harga untuk satu unit adalah berbeza-beza ikut apa yang di request oleh pelanggan. Okay, contoh kalau macam Haikal punya kad kahwin murah sikit, RM207.88. Mungkin dia cuma guna kertas biasa. Tapi kalau tengok yang Lokman punya kad kahwin, oh mahalnya, RM362.25. Why is it so expensive? Mungkin dia ada letak bedak ke, ada letak perfume ke, and then ada glitter-glitter, and then something special, ataupun you buka-buka kad tu tiba-tiba keluar letupan gunung berapi, you know, things like that. Alright, so it is extraordinary, something special, so the price varies from the first one. Okay, so the third one is also different from the previous one. Okay, kalau you nampak dekat sini 04, kita tak isi apa-apa pun kat sini, betul kan? Kita tak isi apa-apa dekat units completed. Alright. And kita tidak isi apa-apa dekat unit cost. Why? Sebab kalau you baca soalan betul-betul, yang siap hanya 3 saja. Okay, so my finished goods 01, 02, 03. Tapi my unfinished goods, which is my WIP, work in process. Sebab kerja tu masih berjalan work itu masih dalam proses. Sebab itu kita tak tahu berapa unit siap dan berapa kos satu unit. Sebab kos itu masih berjalan. Okay, so that's why you see for job 04, dia tidak ada units completed and dia tidak ada cost per unit. Alright. Okay, so this is step 1. Nak kira, you kena kira menggunakan job cost table. And then job cost table tu dalam dia bukan hanya DM, DL and MOH sahaja ya. Dia mesti ada beginning WIP, and then direct material, direct labor, and apply MOH. So basically this is actually your manufacturing cost sebenarnya. So tak adalah benda yang susah sangat. Jangan buat teruk seolah-olah macam susahnya nak memorize the table. It's not difficult at all. Sebab kita nak buat barang, kita nak buat produk. So the cost must consist of direct material, direct labor, and applied manufacturing overhead, since we are using the normal costing. Okay, alright. So that is A. Lepas tu B, dia suruh kira ending work in process. Ending work in process yang mana? Okay, actually, I tak perlu tunjuk pun ni. Clear, tak ada masalah. Kenapa tak perlu tunjuk? Sebab saya dah buat table kat sini. Betul kan? So, I dah kira dah ni. Ni saya dah kira dah. RM10,081 ni. I dah kira dah dekat situ. So, bila soalan tanya, how much is my work in process? I boleh terus tulis equals to RM 10,081. Even without this table. Why? Okay, why? Kena ada sebab Sebab dekat atas dah ada tu job cost table. Kalau job cost table tak ada, kena tunjuk. Tapi normally kita memang kena buat job cost table. That means this one shouldn't be a problem. Okay, and then kita nak kira finished goods. Finished goods pun tak ada masalah. Masalahnya dekat sini dia tunjuk dekat you full so that you know, oh, this is actually taken from this, and from this. Tapi actually kalau nak jawab soalan ini, sebab you already have the job cost table, so I just simply put E pula dah. Mana pula datang E. Alright. So I just tulis saja job 01 equals to RM. Okay, 10,394. Okay, dia minta total, dia minta cost, dia bukan cost per unit. Alright, and then job 02, I ada ialah 14,490. And then job 03, I ada ialah nilai dia 5,000. Okay, RM 5,916. Tapi jangan tinggal dia macam tu. Okay, kena jumlahkan. So jumlah di sini ialah 30,800. Ini baru menjawab soalan sebab soalan tanya total cost of finished goods. So you ada 3 different job yang dah siap, and then just tunjuk saja 01 berapa, 02 berapa, 03 berapa, and then kita akan dapat total dia 30,800. Okay, that is for the second question or B. Alright, and then 3 ataupun C, dia minta total cost of goods sold and total sales. Ini easy peasy lah. Okay, kenapa? Kalau cost of goods sold, maknanya saya cari jumlah cost, betul kan? Okay, so jumlah cost untuk apa? 01, 02. Kat mana nak jumpa ni? Pergilah dekat table awak tadi. Alright, okay, table yang dah serabut ni, padam sikit. So, kalau saya nak cari yang saya jual tadi, sebab this is based on my sales Sales saya tengok kat mana? Ada orang lupa lah tu. Okay, sales tengok dekat sini. So, yang saya jual ialah 01 and 02 sahaja. Okay, so based on the table, okay, total cost for 01 is 10,394. And then total cost for 02 is 14,490. Itu ialah harga cost, harga hilang. Okay, jadi dia tanya, how much is your COGS? Campur lah. Okay, so you have 01. Okay, 10,394. And then 02, 14,490. So kita akan dapat total dia 24,884. Okay, ini harga kilang. Okay, for the item. And then dia minta total sales. Kalau total sales, yang ni saya memang salin terus dari soalan. Ini ialah harga jualan. Maksudnya harga saya dengan customer. So 01 given in the question is 15,591. 02 given in the question is 21,735. So this is your sales. So kalau you punya sales ni 37,326, you minus dengan ni 24,884. Tahu tak apa you buat sebenarnya? Yang you buat sebenarnya ialah sales minus COGS. Okay, so apa yang you dapat nanti? Yang you dapat nanti ialah gross profit. Okay, so maknanya lepas buat ni, I dah boleh kira dah. Oh, saya dapat untung kasar, how much. Okay, by looking at the number, you know it's untung kasar. Okay, gross profit. Okay, so itu kalau guna job cost table. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the job cost sheet. Okay, job cost sheet ni is a form ataupun report yang ada untuk JOC. Okay, so you kalau nak jawab soalan dan soalan minta prepare. Okay, ada beza kalau soalan kata calculate the cost for each job. Calculate saja, calculate, kira. Saya tidak perlu buat job cost sheet. Saya buat job cost table. Table tadi tu. Okay, buat table, kira dapat. Tapi kalau soalan kata, please, the requirement of the question minta you sediakan job cost sheet. So, I don't need to do the job cost table, tapi sebaliknya saya kena buat job cost sheet. Job cost sheet format dia dah diberi and kena follow lah. Yang ni kena hafal. Alright. So job cost sheet ni ialah report ataupun form yang kita guna untuk record summary. Summary dari direct material, direct labor and manufacturing overhead costs. Okay. So this is also a report or a form yang kita guna untuk kira total dan juga unit cost untuk completed job. Okay, so job cost sheet is reported once the production process has been completed. Kena tunggu kerja siap dulu, baru kira. Okay, so companies keep a separate job cost sheet for each job. Nampak kan kat sini? Separate. Maksudnya job 01, satu job cost sheet. Job 02, satu job cost sheet. Kalau guna soalan tadi, saya ada 4 different job cost sheet. 01, 02, 03 and 04. Okay, alright. So, ini flow of documents. Nak sediakan job cost sheet, you kena ada information daripada material requisition form, your time ticket for your direct labor, and then kena ada POR sebab kita nak kira dia punya applied manufacturing overhead. Okay, we look at example 4. Alright, Creative Woman manufacturing company employs a job order costing system in their manufacturing operation. They commence the production of a specific order, which involves the creation of 100 silver bracelets for a file company under the reference name Job 101 on January 5th, 2023. Okay, baca soalan betul-betul. Alright. Ini kita, the company, the one that is producing the item, the products. Okay, who is your customer? Your customer dekat sini ialah FIL company. Okay, so FIL company ni order apa? Dia order 100 unit silver bracelet, gelang silver. Okay, so kita, Creative Woman Manufacturing, okay, refer the job sebagai job 101. Okay, dan kita terima order tu pada Januari 5, 2023. Okay, manufacturing overhead cost, kita akan guna basis direct labor cost. POR diberi ialah 80%. Okay, job ini akan siap pada 31 Januari 2023. You terima order Januari 5, you akan siap kerja 31 Disember. Okay, so apa saya kena buat dulu? Benda pertama kena buat ialah isi material requisition form. Okay, so bila tarikh material requisition form tu? Tengok soalan lah. Alright. Okay, so dia bagi tahu details are extracted from the relevant source document. Okay, material requisition form dekat sini ada 3 tarikh berbeza. Okay, so kita kena faham lah sebab kita buat bracelet kan. Takkan terus minta sekali terus keluarkan semua barang dari store. Mungkin dia akan keluar secara berperingkat lah. So 6 hari bulan Januari kita ada satu material requisition form. Number dia ialah 342. Cost dia ialah 1000. And then 12 hari bulan 1 we have another one which is with the number of 345. Total is 7,000. And then on the 26th we have another requisition form with the number of 352. Okay, the amount is 4,000. Okay, alright. Kenapa tak in sequence? Sebab ini untuk job 101. Mungkin semasa kamu terima order dari FIL tu, actually you ada order dari orang lain juga dan berjalan serentak. Jadi mungkin orang yang isi material requisition form tu berada di antara 342, 343, 344 tu. Okay, sebab tu kita tak nampak dia dalam sequence. Okay, sebab takkanlah kilang you buka bulan Januari tu untuk order satu orang ni saja. Mestilah ada beberapa order. Okay, alright. And then time ticket 236 seorang dan 237 seorang. Ini pada 10 hari bulan Januari, yang ini pada 31 hari bulan Januari. Okay, nilai 9,000 dan 6,000. Okay, so ini direct labor cost. So tadi kita nak kira POR, kita akan guna 80% dari direct labor cost. Okay, so kita nak prepare job cost sheet untuk 101. Okay, tada. Okay, this is the table lah. Okay, kalau kata exam keluar soalan macam ni, tak perlulah nak buatkan kertas tu jadi kuning. Okay, tapi buatlah kotak dia seperti mana yang ada dalam jawapan. Alright, so kita ada job number 101. Okay, item dia ialah silver bracelet. Okay, who is the client? Client is a file company. Quantity 100, mula kerja 5 hari bulan 1, tamat kerja 31 hari bulan 1. So dia ada 3 pecahan dalam job cost sheet tu, which is direct material, direct labor and manufacturing overhead. Okay, so as you can see here, right? January 6, January 12 and January 26. Yang ini memang saya salin ataupun kita akan salin directly from the material requisition form. Sebab tu dia kata tadi source document. Jadi nak isi maklumat untuk direct material, you akan ambil sebiji item yang ditulis di material requisition form. So you ada 3 tarikh berbeza. So we'll write all 3 dates with the 3 requisition numbers and the amount. So kita akan dapatkan total dia overall untuk kerja tersebut ialah RM12,000. Okay, and then time ticket based on the date in the time ticket. Okay, and then the number of the time ticket and the amount for the direct labor cost. So overall, the total is 15,000. Okay, all right. And then moving to manufacturing overhead. Okay, manufacturing overhead ni tarikh dia adalah tarikh kerja selesai atau tamat. Okay, you baca balik soalan. Dia kata expected to be completed on the 31st of January. So untuk kira manufacturing overhead, the date will be 31st January. Jangan letak nombor pelik-pelik ya. Tarikh dia ialah tarikh tamat ataupun selesai kerja, bukan tarikh mula. Okay, alright. So how much is applied manufacturing overhead? Okay, the rate is 80% from the direct labor cost. So this is actually 80% darab apa? Darab ni. Okay, 15,000. So madam akan dapat 12,000. So this is your direct material. This is your direct labor. And this is your applied manufacturing overhead. Okay, so bawah tu ada summary. So list down everything: direct material, direct labor, manufacturing overhead, and the total cost is 39,000. So how many units are you preparing? Okay, it's 100 units only. Jadi untuk satu silver bracelet tu harga cost dia ialah 390. So bolehlah markup, fikirkan berapa sebenarnya you nak jual pada FIL. So 390 tu bukan okay. Dokumen ni ya, you tak bagi dekat FIL No. Takut nanti ada orang ingat macam, oh madam, job cost sheet ni nanti kita dah isi, kita bagi pada FIL ke? Kalau bagi pada FIL, dia tahulah modal you. No, ini you yang akan simpan. Sebab ni kita akan gunakan untuk costing. Tapi nanti bila I jual dekat FIL, I bagi dia apa? Macam biasalah, saya akan bagi dia invoice, a different document. Okay, alright. So, cost saya ialah 390. So, in the invoice, the price will be different lah. Okay, based on your markup lah. Alright, okay. So, daripada job cost sheet tu, mungkin kita boleh bagi suggestion kepada management untuk pricing policy. Okay, contoh macam ni cadangan tau, bukannya tiap-tiap kali pun, oh madam, every time I do job cost sheet, I must write this kan madam? No. Okay, don't be so pembaris. Yang ni dia bagi suggestion, cadangan. So suggestion is more or less is going to be like this lah. Okay, so job cost sheet in example 4. Okay, 390 is a cost for per unit for job 101. Okay, so kalau kita set harga 390 hanya cover manufacturing cost kan. Tapi kita kena ingat kita masih ada selling and admin expenses. Okay, so you sebagai orang yang menyediakan job cost sheet, you kena bagi suggestion pada management lah. So kita kena ada certain markup, okay, to add up ataupun to achieve certain percentage of profit. So yang ni yang kita buat dalam topik 6 hari tu kan. Alright, bila you kira menggunakan sensitivity analysis. Okay, so I dah tahu dah my cost is 390. So I will suggest the management untuk set satu percentage for markup supaya saya the company will achieve the certain target of profit. Okay, ini setiap kali kita akan bagi suggestion pada management. Sebab costing dah kira 390, so nanti management akan tentukan berapa sebenarnya harga nak beri kepada FIL. Alright, okay, though that is your job cost sheet. Okay. So dah bagi suggestion dekat management tadi. So manager pun, oh okay. So kita tengok example 5. Dia kata, katakan the company, alright, dia nak set pricing policy to be 100% markup. 100% markup from its manufacturing cost. So cost asal dia 390. So dia nak markup 100%. Okay, so that price will be the selling price to FIL company. Okay, so dia suruh kira desired selling price untuk job 101. Okay, so your cost price is 390. Okay, kita ada markup. Markup di situ ialah 100% multiply by 390. Okay, so dia akan jadi double lah sebenarnya. Okay, so price ialah RM780. So 390 in the job cost sheet is for you and your management to know what is the cost for 1 unit of silver bracelet. Tapi lepas tu kita akan markup. Okay, and markup ni nanti 780 ni adalah harga dalam invoice yang kita akan bagi kepada FIL. So nanti FIL nak bayar based on 780 per unit, bukan 390. Okay, alright. Okay, so that is basically topic 8. Okay, alright. So sekarang saya nak buat sikit untuk your lecture notes. Okay. Okay. Alright. So we look at your lecture notes. Okay. Alright, this is your lecture notes. Okay. So kita try buat untuk example 1. Okay, Aqua Manufacturing uses the job or the costing system in determining the cost of its product. Okay. Okay, saya enlarge sikit. Okay, the manufacturing process involves 2 departments. So, namely cutting department and preparing department. The following data are related to the orders of job Z14 with 500 units completed. Okay, so ini dia bagi data untuk job Z14. Okay, unit yang kita akan produce ialah 500. Okay, so for you are divided into 2 different departments, cutting department and also preparing department. So given here is your direct labor hours, direct labor cost, okay, raw materials, that is your direct materials, and then your machine hours, and then your factory overhead. Okay, so nampak dekat sini dia ada asterisk tu, dia bagi tahu factory overhead consists of outstanding expenses, depreciation and expired insurance. Okay, so these are the items calculated in the factory overhead. Okay, so the company decides the overhead rate for the cutting department to use machine hours. Okay, so cutting department akan guna machine hours as the basis. Okay, and then the preparing department akan guna direct labor cost basis. Okay, so direct labor cost basis untuk preparing department. Okay, the company decides overhead rate for the cutting department to use this basis. Yang ini dia bagi estimation data. Okay, these are all your estimated figures. Okay, yang ni actual lah. Ini memang actual sebab ini memang untuk job Z14. So jangan pergi darab yang atas ni pula. Okay, alright. So the first thing that you need to do is kira POR lah. Okay, so daripada 500 yang kita produce, okay, we are producing 500 units. Okay, hanya 300 unit saja job Z14 yang akan dihantar kepada customer. That means your sales will be based on 300 units only. Okay, and selling price dia bagi dekat sini ialah 150% of the production cost and paid in cash. Okay, alright, so that is for the selling price. Okay, dia nak kira POR. Lepas tu suruh kira total cost for job. Okay, so kita akan buat job cost table bukan job cost sheet. Sebab dia suruh kira total cost sahaja. And then kita akan kira selling price. Okay. So POR is based on your estimation tadi kan. Okay, so we are using the data from the second table, yeah, alright. So this is your estimated overhead. Okay, cutting department 156,170, preparing department 1,664,000. Okay, lepas tu cutting department guna machine hours, so kita akan bahagi dengan 6,790. Okay, and then preparing department kita guna direct labor cost basis, so kita akan bahagi dengan direct labor cost and then multiply dengan 100 lah, sebab direct labor cost kan, so POR mestilah dalam bentuk percentage. Okay, alright. So, what is the POR for your cutting department? Okay, POR untuk cutting department is going to be 156,170 yang tadi yang saya bulatkan tadi tu, bahagi dengan 6,790. So, kita akan dapat 23 ringgit. Okay. Per machine hours. Okay, and then for preparing department, okay, the POR ialah, this is 1 million, right? Okay, 1,664,000 for 664,000 divided by 520. Okay, times 100%. Okay, so kita akan dapat 320% of direct labor cost. Okay, jadi kita nak kira lah. Okay, alright. Make sure you write in full, ya. Okay. Jangan ada short forms. Okay. Yang ni saya yang short form sendiri. Okay. Kalau you tengok dalam soalan, okay, tidak ada work in process. Okay. So, bila tidak ada work in process, so kita akan list down only direct labor. Okay. Direct material. And then direct labor. And also apply MOH. Okay. Tapi kalau dalam soalan ada beginning WIP, so you are going to put the beginning WIP inside the table as well. Okay. So yang ni just ambil saja nilai daripada table. So direct material kita dapat total dia ialah 7,300. Okay. Direct labor pun ambil saja salin dari soalan 4,724 and 4,500, so kita dapat 9,274. And then you apply MOH, kena kira lah. Okay, cutting department we are using the machine hours, so RM23 darab dengan machine hours. And then preparing department kita akan darab 320% darab dengan the direct labor cost. Okay. Okay, how do I get this number? Ini ialah 23 machine hours kan? Okay, so machine hours saya tengok balik dekat soalan tadi. Okay, tengok actual data. Alright, di cutting department. So machine hours dia ialah 62. Betul lah? Machine hours dia ialah 62. Okay, so kita darab dengan 23. Okay, kita darab dengan 23. So, kita akan dapat 1,426. Preparing department, you are using the direct labor cost. So, yang ini 320% darab direct labor cost. This is the direct labor cost. So, 320% multiply by 4,500, kita akan dapat 14,400. Okay, so that's how you calculate your applied manufacturing overhead. Okay, so kita akan dapat total 15,826. Okay, so saya cakap tadi total ialah dalam bentuk L. Okay, so totalkan sebelah kanan. Alright, like this part. Okay, jumlahkan sebelah sini. Okay, and then jumlahkan di bahagian bawah. Okay, jumlahkan di bahagian tepi and then jumlahkan juga di bahagian bawah. Alright? Okay. Okay. So you need to have both sides. Kena ada. Okay, so nanti jumlahkan sini. Okay, jumlah this part and then jumlah this part. Alright? Okay. Now, kita dah ada cost untuk cutting department and preparing department. So, bila orang tanya how much is actually the cost untuk job Z14 tadi kan? Alright, so kita akan ambil the total here. This part. This is actually the total. Okay, so now we are going to calculate the selling price per unit. So, selling price akan ambil 32,400 ni lah. Okay, alright. So, cost per unit. Okay, cost per unit ialah 32,400. Okay, kita bahagi dengan unit pengeluaran. Unit pengeluaran tadi ialah 500. Unit pengeluaran bukan unit jual. Unit pengeluaran. Okay, 32,400 bahagi 500. So, kita akan dapat cost untuk satu unit. Okay, so nak dapatkan selling price, just darab dengan 150% lah. Okay, so kita akan dapat RM97.20. Okay, alright. Yang ini ialah your cost price RM32,400 ni is actually your cost price, sorry. Okay, 32,400 is actually your cost price, this one. Okay, pusing-pusing pula screen dia. Yeah, this one. This is your cost price. Sebab tu kita ambil jumlah cost tadi, kita bahagikan dengan 500. Okay, kenapa 500? Kenapa bukan 300? Sebab saya nak tahu berapa unit saya keluarkan untuk satu barang. Okay, yang ni. This is my cost price. Okay, so kalau you bahagi ni, actually kita akan dapat berapa? Kita akan dapat nilai dia 64,000. Okay, 64,000 pula, sorry. RM64, kita akan dapat RM64.80. Okay, ini kalau I bahagi ni, I dapat RM64.80. Tapi bila saya dah markup dengan 150%, harga yang saya dapat ialah RM97.20. Okay, so that means yang itu will be my selling price. So cost price saya RM64.80 for one unit. My selling price is RM97.20. Itu selling price and cost price. Tapi kalau dia tanya how much is your sales, jualan. Okay, jualan lain Kalau jualan, you akan ambil yang ini. Yang ini kita akan darab dengan 300. Sebab I nak cari my sales amount. Sales amount lain Sales amount ini ialah sales price. Maknanya harga jual satu barang. Tapi your sales tadi sebab I tak jual semua. Saya cuma jual 300 unit saja. So kalau soalan minta how much is your sales? Okay, my sales will be 97.2 multiply by 300. Itu saya punya selling sales amount. Okay, alright. Okay, next sikit lagi. Kita tengok job cost sheet. Okay, go to example 2. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to clear this up first. Nampak messy sangat. Alright. Okay, we are moving to the second example. Okay, Sophia's Berhad uses job order costing method to produce wooden base cabinet. Okay, so ini produk dia, wooden base. Okay, so Disember 25, 2013, okay, dia dapat order. Right? Okay, Disember 25, dia dapat order. Okay, order tu ialah 20 wooden cabinets. Okay, so siapa yang order? Yang order ialah Dairy Farm Enterprise. So Dairy Farm is your client and you are Sophia's Berhad. Okay, so booking ni label dia ialah KKS 123. KKS ni ialah nama job. Okay, so dia bagi this maklumat. Okay, kerja akan bermula 1 Januari. Okay, alright, so these are the informations for your time tickets and these are informations for your material. Okay, so time ticket you ada 3 time ticket, 30, 25 and 25. Okay, and then material requisition number you adalah untuk dua direct material. Okay, one is 115 for kayu nyatu and then 225 for kayu meranti. Okay, so SSB uses the direct labor cost base. Okay, ini ialah basis untuk kira applied manufacturing overhead. Okay, dia bagi dekat sini the expected overhead manufacturing overhead is 47,360 and the direct labor cost is 2,560. Okay, yang bawah ni maklumat dia bagi untuk kita kira POR. Yeah, alright. The information given down here is for you to calculate the POR. So this is your estimated MOH and this is your estimated direct labor cost. Okay, kerja bermula 1 Januari. Akan habis Januari 15 dan dihantar kepada dairy farm on January 20th. Okay, soalan minta kita prepare job cost sheet. Okay, alright. So, macam biasa. Okay, job cost sheet saya. Okay. Okay, item dia ialah job number berapa? What's the job number? Job number dia berapa? Okay, ni kena tengok balik soalan. Saya pun lupa dah. Okay, KKS 123. Okay, so this will be, alright, KKS 123. Okay, item dia ialah cabinet, right? The wooden base cabinets. Okay, so I'm going to write here cabinets. Alright. Okay. Alright, so who are you selling the items to? Okay, saya jual kepada Dairy Farm Enterprise. Okay, so this one is Dairy Farm Enterprise. Okay, and then quantity yang dia nak order tadi, jumlah yang dia order ialah 20. Okay, jumlah dia order ialah 20 units. Okay, so the job started on, okay, kalau you tengok tadi, the job started on January 15, started on 1st of January, habis 15, betul lah? Okay, so dia start January 1st, okay, 1, 0, okay, kita tulis tarikh ya, 01, 2013, okay, dan dia siap 15 January, okay, 2013. Okay, so that's the date started and the dates of completion. Okay, alright. So now, soalan tadi 2013 kan? 2013 ke apa? Alamak, typo, teruk betul. Okay, yang ni betul kan? So ni 2019 lah ya, sebab kita ikut je bawah ni. Ya, biasalah tu copy paste dan salah. Okay, madam lah tu. Alright, so yang ni pun 2019 lah. Lama betul guna contoh 2013 punya. Okay, alright. Okay, so your direct material requisition form, kalau you tengok dalam soalan tadi, okay, kita akan start proses ni ialah 1 Januari, right? Jadi, tarikh dia ialah 1st of January 2019. So, kita ada dua item, the same date, jadi tulis tarikh sekali saja. Okay, so item ni ialah 37,500 dan 12,000. So, kita akan dapat 49,500. This is for your direct material. Okay, and then time ticket, kita ada 3 actually ya. Alright, so one is 30/100, 25/107, and then 25/110. Okay, so this is 25. Yeah, okay. This is 25/110. Okay, so yang ini 420. So amount ialah 600 ringgit. Okay, and then your direct material, your manufacturing overhead. Okay, so kalau you kira dia punya POR, you akan dapat banyak tau. Dia akan dapat 1,850%. Okay, so your direct labor hours. Okay, sebab yang ni dia ada hours ataupun cost. Bergantung pada apa kita punya basis lah. So saya guna direct labor cost kan. So direct labor cost ialah 600. Okay, so 600 darab dengan 1,850%, kita akan dapat 11,100. That is your direct material. Okay, so actually there's one more column here which is the date. So kalau orang tanya bila tarikh untuk kira manufacturing overhead, the date will be the date of completion lah. So dia akan jadi 15 Januari 2019. Okay, so there's another column here. Alright, so you dah ada ni total untuk direct material, and then total untuk direct labor, and then total untuk manufacturing overhead. Okay, so the cost summary. Okay, direct material you ialah 49,500. Okay, 49,500. Okay, and then direct labor is 600. Alright, and then your manufacturing overhead is 11,100. Okay, alright. So you have 49,500 plus 600 plus 11,100. So that gives you the total of 61,200 ringgit. Okay, that's overall lah. Okay, so that's the total cost. Okay, so production unit actually. Okay, this is not the production cost. Okay, so the production unit is actually 20 kan? Kita buat kabinet tadi 20 unit saja. Betul Alright. Okay, let me get back to the question. Betul. Quantity ialah 20. So how much is the cost for one cabinet? Okay. So one cabinet is going to be 3,000. Okay, and 60 ringgit. Okay, so ini ialah cost per unit untuk satu kabinet 3,060. Okay, so this is using the job cost sheet. Alright, okay, so we go back to the answers from top. Okay, job number KKS 123. The item is cabinet. Okay, so your client is Dairy Farm Enterprise. Okay, quantity di sini ialah 20 units. Okay, the job started on the 1st of January. Okay, completed on the 15th of January. Okay, direct material ada dua item dalam requisition form, A115 and A225. Total is 49,500. Your time ticket ada 3. So jumlah ialah 600. Okay, and then your manufacturing overhead kira based on your direct labor cost. Okay, so kita dapat dia punya POR ialah 1,850. Okay, macam mana dapat POR ni? Sama tadi kita guna direct labor cost. So you akan ambil your estimated MOH divided by your estimated direct labor hours given in the question. Okay, so darab 600 ni darab 1,850%. Kita dapat 11,100. Okay, so the overall total untuk produce 20 cabinet is 61,200. So unit yang kita keluarkan 20 units. Okay, so the price or the cost for one unit is 3,060 ringgit. Okay, so this is how you prepare your job cost sheet. Okay, so that's about all for topic 8. Okay, later I will send you later I will assign you to your tutorial question. Okay, nanti info saya masukkan dalam group WhatsApp. Okay, so that's it for our class today. Okay, thank you and have a nice day.